Guys, I love this.
And when Jesus comes along and he says, you're focusing in on all the details of the Sabbath without actually recognizing the rationale for the Sabbath. And then he exaggerates it beyond the point. It's interesting.
Without loving God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength.
Right, exactly. And then he, even to make a point, exaggerates it beyond the scope of what Jewish law would permit. So for example, when he says, you're going to leave a guy to die in a ditch on the Sabbath, that's against Jewish law. You can't do that. You have to violate the Sabbath in order to save a life. This is like basic black letter Jewish law. But he's making a point, which is, you guys are ignoring what's important in order to focus in on the mundane aspect of practice. Like that's not unique to Jesus. In other words, there's a long prophetic tradition of people saying exactly that. And in the modern Jewish world, it's called Musar. It's basically just telling people what they should understand about the values beyond the black letter law. And this is why I think it's fascinating to me when I talk with people who are real biblical scholars from the Christian side, that all the I won't say all, a lot of the areas where Christian scholars think that Christianity has departed dramatically from Judaism, I think are not really dramatic departures. They seem to be reflections of Judaism from a slightly different angle. Even so far as a lot of the stuff in the Sermon on the Mount about, love, when it says that you're supposed to love thy brother as thyself, and you're supposed to treat your brother as you would wish to be treated, and all of this. I mean, that's present in the Old Testament too.
No, I think what Jesus did in the Sermon on the Mount was elevate the teaching of the rabbis. Elevate it. He went above them. He said, well, you've been told you shouldn't commit adultery. I'm telling you, if you look at a woman to lust after her, you've committed adultery in your heart. He got to the heart of the law. They were content with the practical application of the law. He was not content with that. So I would say that Jesus was the purest Jew that ever lived because he understood the elevation of the law to the heart and the soul. It would be a monstrous responsibility for some committee to have invented Jesus. When you hear even the people in his time saying, never a man spoke like this man, that he is a person that doesn't seem to have been a product of human invention. And you can say, well, Jesus is a good teacher, but good teachers don't claim to be God. They don't say, I and God are one. They don't say, I created the universe. That's not a good teacher. That's somebody who's crazy, is a lunatic, or somebody who's trying to pull off a huge deception. So you cannot come to Jesus and just patronize him as a noble, good Jewish teacher, because he crossed a line. He crossed a severe line, and the Jews saw that. Either he's the Messiah or he is a blasphemer, and he needs to be put to death. And those are really the choices you have.